Zito started sharp tonight, and at no time was he not sharp. He struck out the first two batters he faced and got Guerrero to fly out to left field, and it was a quick 1-2-3 inning. But Colon was just as sharp. Colon retired the first 9 he faced. Zito retired the first 8 before hitting Rob Quinlan with a pitch and walking Erstad in the third. But then he came back, and in that inning he got Figgins on a 3-2 pitch for strike 3. That inning began, though, with probably the one ball hit hardest tonight of Zito by Finley in the leadoff slot in the inning, but the A's had the defense for it.
Zito comes back and deals the 0-1 pitch, and it's a drive into right. Thomas going back at the track. Out-of-town scoreboard makes the catch. Charles Thomas going back and brushing up against the barrier back there to make the play. Well hit ball by Steve Finley, and that's out number 1 in 7 straight. Retired by Zito, and that'll bring up Benji Molina.
And that's when, of course, eventually the 2 men got aboard, but were stranded. Garrett Anderson rolled a single up the middle in the 4th inning for the first hit of the night for the Angels, but the next 2 hitters were retired quickly by Zito, who's still taking care of business. In the A's bottom half of the 4th inning, Mark Kotsay led off.
As Colon turns, Benji Molina sets up away, and the pitch is spiced down the left field line, right down the line, falling fair, picking up chalk, rolling into foul territory, and Kotsay goes to second with a double. Well, he's been the A's hottest hitter out of the gate so far this year, so it's fitting that Kotsay would get the A's first hit tonight. Going the other way, a spicing liner right down the left field line for 2 bases. And that'll bring up Jason Kendall, who flied to center in the first. No score. A's and Angels first of a 3-game series.
Well, it looked like Colon was going to deny the A's with the second and nobody out. He got Kendall to tap to the mound. Chavez, after a long battle, fouled out to third. And Hatterberg had a duel with Colon, who continued to fire BBs out there with a 2-2 count.
And the 2-2 pitch is swung on. Soft line drive, right field, base hit, and the A's are going to take the lead. Kotsay scores. Hatterberg singles to right. And here in the bottom of the 4th, it's 1-0 Athletic. Scott Hatterberg fighting off pitches, battling Bartolo Colon, who's on his game tonight, and serving a soft line drive over the head of the first baseman Erstad. 1-0 A's. Kotsay with 2 out going all the way, and he scored easily from second.
Little did anybody dream that that would be the last A's base runner of the night. Meantime, in the 5th inning for the Angels, Finley was hit by a pitch. Zito hitting his second batter of the night. At the 10 with 2 out, Finley was still at first base. Darren Erstad at the plate, and everybody by now had to feel that Zito was really on his A game. 3-2 now, so Finley will go, and Hatterberg plays behind him, and here it comes. Strike call off screen. He's out looking. So Zito chalks up the second strikeout of Finley tonight and strands the runner at first. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 1-0 A's. And the A's maintain that lead of 1-0 through the 6th. Anderson had his second single of the night, but it did no harm. As the top half of the 7th came up, the tide began to turn. Finley was the second hitter up, and he was hit for the second time tonight, the third batsman hit by Barry Zito. He came back, though, to strike out Benji Molina looking, and it appeared for all the world that he was going to get home out of that 7th inning with a 1-0 lead, but Rob Quinlan had other ideas.
Finley's at first, on the way, swung on line drive, left center, base hit. Burns cut it off, and he sliding on the track, knocks it down. Finley's at third. He's going to come around to the plate and tie the ball game on a double to left center by Rob Quinlan, and we have a 1-1 tie. So Quinlan shoots a double to left center. Burns racing in the alley to his left, got a piece of the ball at the track and knocked it down. But with 2 out, of course, Finley running all the way, and no chance for the A's to nail him, as the Angels in the 7th inning tie it up.
Erstad had twice struck out, opening the game, and then that looking third strike in the 5th inning. Could Barry claim him for a third time?
The 2-2 pitch, a one-hopper to third, off of Chavez, caroms into short left field, and Quinlan will score. At first is Erstad at 2-1 in favor of the Angels. Single RBI. Chavez going to his left. It was a wicked shot. He had a chance for it. The ball hit off his glove, hit him in the left.
That was just a blur. And meantime, Cologne, who had a low pitch count, was roaring along. And in the bottom half of the seventh inning, though Chavez hit one deep to left field, it was caught by Anderson a couple of steps from the wall. And then Cologne put away Hatterberg with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball for strike three, and followed up by freezing DeRosa with an inside corner fastball. And the night ended for Cologne with 99 pitches, and with a formidable bullpen of the Angels lurking in the background, there was no room for error for the A's. We went to the eighth inning. Guerrero made his bid for his first hit of the night, but he was denied by A's defense.
Here it is to Guerrero. Swung on a shot, two-hopper, diving play to his right. Scudero gets up, throws on two hops, dug out by Hatterberg. Great play on both ends. A whistling shot to the left side hit by Guerrero. A's shortstop Scudero diving to his right on the rim of the outfield grass. No time to plant and fire all the way across, so he bounced it, and Hatterberg at first dug it out. And as Bill said, you hold your breath with Guerrero up there, and now Guerrero is 0 for 4.
And Zito was still sharp. He struck out Anderson with a big breaking curveball and got Rivera to ground out in a 1-2-3 inning and kept the 2-1 score in order. But the A's could do nothing in their eighth against Scott Shields. It was 1-2-3. Ninth inning, the bullpen came into play, and Juan Cruz came on to face Orlando Cabrera, who was victimized by an outstanding play by Ellis behind second base for the first out of the inning. Then in stepped Steve Finley, and up stepped the Devil. Swing, and there's a long drive to right field, and that's an insurance run into the seats. A home run off the bat of Steve Finley on a 3-1 pitch from Cruz. 3-1 Angels. And just like that, the picture changes considerably. K-Rod is enough of a load to begin with one run, but now with a 2-run lead, the A's face a really tough ninth inning. And it was tougher than they might have thought, because Benji Molino followed with a single, and Lou Merlone drew a walk. Exit Cruz, in came Ricardo Rincon to get Erstad on a fly ball for the second out of the inning. It was a one-batter assignment, as rookie Houston Street was waiting to face Sean Figgins and turn him around to bat left-handed. But Figgins got just enough wood on the ball that it didn't work for the A's. Figgins, left-hand batter, swings and drives it into right center field. It's not hard, but it's going to drop in front of Thomas. It goes by him, and Kotsay backing up has to run after it. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in, and Figgins winds up at second base on a soft, low-fly double or single, perhaps, into right center field. He didn't hit it that hard, but that was the secret. Thomas couldn't get to it coming in, and then he didn't handle it. He let the bounce go by him. It's a single, 1 RBI, and an error on Thomas, and now the Angels have opened it up. It is 5-1. And Guerrero, who had been hitless in 4 trips, had a little more wool to apply. Guerrero lines one down the left field line. It's in for a base hit, and Figgins speeds around third, and he's in. Guerrero swung on the first pitch from Houston Street and singled in the run to left field, 6-1. And it all fell apart here in the ninth inning. To no one's surprise, K-Rod came on, and 3 batters later, the Angels headed to the clubhouse with a 6-1 victory tonight, and a brilliant overall pitching performance by the Angels staff. Ken is waiting to bring you the full scoreboard report.